Simon.
Sandstone.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't get introduced. It's the last game of this part pre-season. Do you feel as though you've made the progress you wanted to? Do you feel you're further ahead than you thought you might be? Where are you?
I find it always difficult to answer such questions. In football, how far you can be. In the end, is you construct a team that's ready for the league start, and I think I said it before that I know in the first half of the season a non-team is playing the best, but it's about getting the right constructions, and but you need results. So what we built in those weeks, we need the platform from where we can start, and that's good constructed that we can get the results.
Erik, Sunderland's from Country Street News. You said in press conference in Bangkok that the midfield and the attack were priority positions to strengthen in the transfer market. Are the club any closer to any additions in those areas, and how many more signings would you like before the transfer window closes?
We signed Eriksen for the midfield department, so we are really happy with that. And yes, I'm really happy also with the performing from our midfield and our offense department in this moment. But I also know this season, we talk about in Bangkok and in Melbourne as well, is a lot of games, the World Cup. So we need more options. Where you have a good team. It's not only about the team, you need a good squad to get the right results at the end of the season. So we have to strengthen the squad even more, and we are looking around, but also we need the right players.
Any Australian questions? The Australian, yeah, one at the back there.
James Carney from ABC News. What do you think of Perth?
Yes, in this port, really nice, and I think you feel it's the tourism. I think is be really great. I think a lot of tourists are willing to visit this incredible nice city and port to stay here. And what I always like from Australia, and I smell it in Melbourne, and you smell it here in Perth as well, that is the sports culture. It's really important for this country. I think it out of top sport, but also I think the part of socialize. And I think those two, the Aussies, they really could are really good connected with that, and their attitude, mentality. The minister from tourism and sport already talked about the game against Manchester United, and that they are famous about fighting back. And in that game, it didn't happen. But I think we had. I remember a lot of many occasions in sport history where Aussies did, and that is what I really admire from them.
Simon Peach behind the camera. I just wanted to ask about some of the younger players perhaps haven't got as many minutes. The Garnacho and players like that. Are you going to give them a run out tomorrow? And also with Harry Maguire, it was the first time we've spoken to you since Melbourne. Were you impressed by the way he reacted to the negative reception from the crowd at the start of the match?
Yeah, we have a squad here, and as you know, we don't have a lot of time. We have to be ready for 7th of August, and the squad which are here is divided in generations, and we have experienced players in, but also we wanted to give some young talents the chance while they deserved it to be here. And of course, I cannot give all the young players the chances they maybe deserve because we have to construct a team. But it's good to have them in. I see them daily in the training, so I get really good impression from them. And from there on, we can develop them by good plans. and that is the idea. So not all the youngsters have the K minutes. I have to set priorities, but in the future they will play an important role in my thinking for building Manchester United. And the other questions you had, about Maguire, we heard, but you see if you perform, then it slows down. And I think he was the team and Harry Maguire, they impressed by the way they play, and then it quits.
Hello Erik, Andy Mitten, United We Stand in the Athletic. Can I ask you about Fred, the type of player you think he is, what his strengths are, playing in the various systems that you like to use?
Yeah, in the moment he's playing in the role from connector, defending to offense, and I think he's playing that role quite well. So I'm satisfied with his performance, with his improvement till now, and I think he can even be better, and I will support him with that. And further, he brings energy in the team by his attitude.
Hi Erik, Neil Custis from the Sun. You've shown a lot of support for Harry, kept him on as your captain and spoken well about him. Can you quite understand this negative reaction he gets even over here? We've seen it at home in an England game, but it's happened over here as well. Can you understand that?
I don't think it's a matter of to find out if I can understand it. It's about how can we change it, and the team and Harry himself by performing, and that's what we're working on. That is the only focus.
Hi, Jamie Jackson from The Guardian. The start of the season is just sort of round the corner. From your opening 3 matches in the Premier League, would you take 7 points now? Would that be a good return?
I don't think so far. I think always on the first game, and the first game is the most important one, and we want to win every game. So first win the first game.
Any more Australian questions before we take more from the UK? No, just want to make sure you have your chance. Lauren.
Erik, we've seen Marcus Rashford and James Sancho, Bruno Fernandes and Anthony Martial combined as a front four, they were training together. Is that in your mind for the opening game of the season, bearing in mind you're talking about getting teams together, or does Cristiano Ronaldo's return come into consideration in that?
It can be, and you see they connect really good together, and I think that is, when you see that, you are lucky as a manager. The team is lucky. We have a threat, we have weapons, and we have to improve that every day and to develop that further.
Hi Erik, Rob Dawson from ESPN. When Louis van Gaal came on his first tour, he was quite critical of the travel and the commercial side of things that has to go around these tours. I was just wondering, in terms of how you prepare your players for a new season, how have you found that? Have you found that you've been able to focus on football and that everything else has kind of just been sidelined a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's part of nowadays football, and you have to accept it as a manager, as a team, and you have to get the best out of it, and that is what we did. I think it's great for the team spirit to so long you are together, and so you can really improve that to develop that, and you have a lot of time to work on your team because you are so close together. And I would say, it's just great. I would say to have that experience, also to come in nice cities as Bangkok, Melbourne, now in Perth. You're not every day you're coming in, but there are also disadvantages. It's clear, but you, as a professional, you have to deal with certain things who are decided, where you don't have influence on, but where you have influence on, is on your game. And that is our focus point.
One at the back.
Hi, Lockie Reid from Channel 10. This game's been sold out pretty much since it's been announced. What sort of show can Perth fans look forward to tomorrow night?
Show? You never. That is, we have the intention to play brilliant football. Only one thing, we have an opponent every time they don't cooperate. So first is about that we, in our philosophy, we want to play attacking football and proactive football. And I know the opponent from tomorrow is a really tough opponent, so it's a really great test. So in that sense, Perth is really lucky.
Hi Erik, David McDonald from the Daily Mirror. Are you any clearer as to when Cristiano Ronaldo will be returning for pre-season in Manchester? Do you have an update on that?
No, it's the same as last week.
And are you not concerned that the longer he stays away, the less time he has available to be fit for the start of the season?
Of course, but concerning is maybe that's not the right word. I focus on the players who are there, and they are doing really well. They are in a good shape, and I will further focus on that and develop that. And I cannot wait. Is she coming in, and then we will integrate them.
Hi Erik, Paul Hurst from the Times. You brought a lot of academy players with you on this tour. Do you think that they will be able to help you? Are they kind of like up to Premier League standard if you do need them this season?
We have to wait if that's the case, and I think they need some development, and we're working day by day on that. But that will not come overnight. That takes time. It takes patience, young players. But if they show they can have an impact, then I'm the manager who throw them in.
Erik, hi, James Hooker from the Daily Telegraph. Are you at all concerned about your shortage of options in attack going into the new season? Because you would appear to be maybe one injury away from trouble in those positions.
Yeah, that is a reason, but also the number of games. So you need more options in offense. Clear.
For you, is it vital that the club do add in that department before August 31st?
I think it's vital if you want to get success. Season is really long, and but we also have still time to fill that in.
Okay, we've got time for two last questions. One here in the front.
Hi Erik, Adam Stock, United stands. One signing here training with you so far, does it make your job more difficult not having the players that you want here on tour training with you now, considering the likes of City, Spurs have all their signings in place and on tour training with them now?
It's definitely an advantage, and I would have been in that situation, but it's not. And then you have to deal with the situation, and then you develop the team with the players you have, and I think we do. So back in Manchester, Eriksen, Martinez will join in, and then we have more options, and I think they can quite quickly integrate in the team.
And Martinez and Eriksen will be joining yourself on in Oslo, Norway.
We will set conclusions when we are back in Manchester. Then we have some days to train, and then we will make our choices.
Last one in the front here.
I'm Caller from Stretford Paddock. Just in regards to Hannibal Medbury and James Garner, we haven't really got to see much of them on his pre-season tour. I know James Garner was injured. What are your plans for them for the coming season? I know we've had similar questions, but is James Garner going to go back on loan? Will he be part of the first team? And similar question for Hannibal Medbury.
James Garner, he just integrated in training this week, so I haven't seen him. I don't have, let's say, fully impression from him. So I want to see more, and then I can answer the question, and then we will make conclusions and decisions. And Hannibal Medbury, I think he plays some minutes now. I think he did quite well, and on training as well. So I think he makes a quite good impression, but it's also to do with the balance in the squad.
What have you made of the maturity that the young players have shown? Because we've seen them on the pitch shouting to each other, we've seen the way they carry themselves. It seems to be a real maturity from the younger players.
A real what?
Maturity. A maturity, like their experience, the way they carry themselves.
I think they do well, but I also know the standards in the Premier League, European football, are really high, and it's always about are they all ready to take the responsibility to play, to contribute, or do they have are they conscious of that situations? And that is what I have to approve, and then I will take my decisions. But that they have potential, some of them is quite clear.